More than 50 illustrations are featured in these coloring books and affirmation cards, which were released in late February. They are the result of a series of workshops for employees of the Northwest Territories and Nunavut Council of Friendship Centers that took place last year. They discussed how to better handle the effects of gender-based violence and the trauma of the residential school system with the use of love languages.
The coloring books and affirmation cards came after the fact, and it was just an idea of like how can we create a product or like a tangible item that the people that attended the workshop can take home with them.
Kyle Bird speaks for the project. He is the CEO of the Friendship Centers Council. He says the book and the cards centered on the phrase, "I knew I was loved by you when." Workshop participants were asked to think of a parent or loved one and fill in the rest of the phrase with their own experiences.
Like for myself, like my words are not in the coloring book or in affirmation cards, but I could relate to a lot of them as being an Indigenous person of the North, and I could see myself hearing these sentences spoken to me or thought about when with my own family and my own like working with my aunties and my uncles, my father and my mother, my grandparents. So it definitely is like a healing craft for sure.
The artist behind the illustrations is Elaine Landry. She is Decho Dene from Fort Providence.
It's so cool to see it in person and like it and just like getting to like go through it. It's like, yay, I did this.
Elaine's illustrations were drawn in a very modern fashion, which she says was intentional.
I wanted to like illustrate indigenous characters with a happy family with a bit of a modern style to normalize indigenous people in today's society and in the art world without the stereotypical stigma.
And Elaine had another intent, to have every illustration be of Indigenous women.
I wanted to like reflect of how strong indigenous women can be and like because of like sexism and like racial profiling for indigenous women, so like getting to empower and modernize indigenous women in contemporary art and like digital art especially, and in identifying as an indigenous woman I want to like show that I can do so much more as like everyone else.
As for Kyle, he says it's important for Friendship Center workers to confront the trauma of violence instead of burying it.
We're working on healing ourselves, and also gaining knowledge on gender-based violence. But at the same time, once we work on ourselves, we can support others. And sadly, we all deal with the trauma.
In order to support their work, the Council of Friendship Centers are looking to release more crafting activities, such as puzzles, in the near future. The coloring books and affirmation cards have been handed out to several organizations and clients, and are available for pickup at Northern Friendship Centers. Kyle says that they will keep printing out as many copies as they can to keep up with the overwhelming demand. Bruce Cruz, APTN National News, Yellowknife.